Hey guys, how you doing? So I want to do a review of my Silent Soldier Flipper from Brous Blades, from Jason Brous. Excellent knife that I've been using for quite some while now, and I want to share with you my impressions. You've seen me use both of these, the Silent Soldier fixed blade little neck knife. This is the version 2. This is actually the knife that, the version 1 is actually one of the knives that kind of put Jason on the map because of it's a mid-tech production knife made by custom knife maker. So it's, in a sense, it still is a custom knife, but it was put on the market for a very reasonable price. People fell in love with it because it was very unique design, quite popular. People nowadays love these beefy little neck knives, and it found a lot of people fell in love with this unique design. The original version, the first version, was a Warncliffe. There still is a Warncliffe version and a couple other versions of this on Jason's site. And they are great knives and fairly priced for the quality you're getting and for the name you're getting. From this original idea of the Silent Soldier neck knife came up the Silent Soldier Flipper. Excellent little knife. I know Jason intended this one to be a little bit under the self-defense, tactical size. For me personally, it's just excellent overall EDC knife. Very comfortable for my small hand, very comfortable handle. You see the 3-finger grip with the pinky on the bottom, so full-on 4-finger grip. It feels like it was made for my hand in this grip. Also very comfortable choke up grip for me, because this space here, the front of the flipper, is just like it's made for my hand also. And in this grip I can put a lot of force, and I mean a lot of force, into the cut when I'm cutting. Very comfortable. Let me show you that power cut, what I can do with this. Nice thing also is, even though it is beefy blade, 316 stock with saber grind, with a regular V-edge, it is a beefy strong blade, but still the geometry is there and it's good, because it lets me do really nice cutting. For a V-edge, thick grind, let me rephrase it, for a thicker grind, not like lean convex grind, it's still a really good cutter. And thanks to the design of the knife, you can put that force down it, down to the material you're cutting, so that's excellent. Also, very nice grip for me personally when I was outside using this knife is actually that pinch grip. You pinch on front here, this little kind of like a design switch on top, your middle finger right into the hole just for the control, ring finger and pinky on the bottom, and it lets you have super good control of this pinch grip. Very good control. You can still put quite a lot of force into the work, and it's very secure because of I would assume that thanks to that middle finger being in the hole, it locks that blade very securely, unlike other pinch grips on other knives. And it lets you really get the work done. It lets you really dig in something, pry something out with the tip. Me personally, pretty often what I use it for is when I have a splinter. This lets me control the knife very nicely on the tip, and I like that. So very universal EDC knife in my opinion. More, like I said many times, I'm really not trained in any kind of martial arts. I know nothing about self-defense. So I always look at more like the practicality of the knife, the regular use as a tool, and I fell in love with this one. Ever since I saw it, I loved it, because the design is unique, it looks very cool, and once I get to try it, I also know that it works very well. Maybe only downside is that pocket clip is actually only one direction, it's only the tip down right side carry. I wish Jason will fix that in the future, or on the following next versions it will be 4 direction. People would love that, or probably at least the right side, since it's a line of lug, you're kind of limited with the right-handed operation, so at least the right side tip up, tip down would be awesome. And flipper, again, something very unique because of the design, where Jason wanted to incorporate the flipper as a really good finger guard. He had to work out how this is gonna work, so it doesn't work like most of the flippers. You're not pulling backwards, you're actually pushing on it as a button straight down, and it works perfect. Super fast deployment. Also, of course, thanks to the ball bearing system in the pivot, which is very smooth. You see, when I disengage the lock, so I lose the detent, it flies there. It's a very smooth system. And this is a very used knife, so there's probably tons of gunk already, but still it's very smooth. So great thing. It's a D2 steel. Jason works with D2. As far as I remember, I think almost everything I've seen from Jason was D2. I think it's because he's comfortable with his own heat treat on the D2 and he's happy with it. And his heat treat is good, the steel performs well. I would like to see a stainless steel, but I really don't mind. You know, it's always maker's choice for the steel. If you don't like it, you know, there's tons of other stuff on the market. I really don't mind that much. Just keep in mind that you will have to keep it all. Like I said in the previous video, I did not oil it when I got it. I was using it as the summer and the hotter temperature came, and I was sweating, and the knife is in the pocket the whole day. In that sweat there, it will rust on you. So I did have speckles of rust on it. I cleaned it right off with the strap. Just grab the strap. There is some strap here. I have tons around and I cannot find it now. So the idea is, when you have a strap and you have the little rust spots, you just run it on that strap. You don't sand it because it will scratch. You don't use the Scotch Brite, anything. Just right on the strap. Just push it on there. It will rub that rust off very nicely and very easy. That's another nice tip. Knife is still sharp. All I did since I got it, strap it occasionally, and it's perfect. I had some flattenings on the front where I used it the most. Mostly you use the tip, pretty much always on the knives, on the EDC task. The tip is the most used part of the knife. I did have some flattening on that very fine edge on the front, but just the stropping fixed it up. I didn't have to do anything but strop, so that's awesome. What are some specs? It weighs 4.1 ounces, which is not that bad for nice thick stock. It's not a big knife, but it's beefy knife. So for a 3/16 stock with a saber grind and nice and beefy thick stainless steel backspacer, titanium liners, carbon fiber scales, 4.1 ounce is not that bad. It's pretty nice weight, pretty lightweight. I think the pocket clip is also stainless steel. You see that I did customize it a little bit. I anodized the titanium liners and I anodized the stainless steel on it also, which gave it that antique look, which I kind of like. You see, it's kind of like a matte. It's not shiny anymore. Same for the backspacer. You can still see the hint of the etched Brous blades in it, but I do really like that combination of that blue and the kind of etched look of the backspacer on the stainless steel. Overall length when it's open, it's 6.37 inch. Blade length is 2.7, so it will fit, you know, a lot of different states. Some states have under 3 inches the limits if you don't have the locking mechanism limitations. Cutting edge is actually only 2.1. That's because of that choil here, the finger choil. And closed length when it's closed is 3.6 inch. So nice, very compact. Like I said, about the only thing is that the pocket clip I would change. There is absolutely no left to right blade plate. Ever since I got it, I took it apart once when I was anodizing, put it back in, and never played with it. I didn't even put the Loctite in. It holds perfect, and this knife has seen a lot of use. Holds perfect. Lock did move a little bit over, not all the way. It's about half. Yeah, it's about midway in, and it's still not carbonized. So I know if I will go all the way to the other side now, in probably sooner or later, I can carbonize it. It will again jump back to the front of the lockup, and it will last much longer because the titanium is softer. That's actually why also a lot of knife makers are pulling away from titanium liners, because titanium does wear out faster than the steel because it's a little softer. So they either try, you know, some of them are swapping, they're using stainless steel, or they're using those stainless steel inserts, you know, hardened inserts on the top. I really don't mind that. There is one thing, is something what a lot of people, without knowing something more about it, would think that that little movement you get from up and down, they would say it's a, you know, blade plate, which it isn't. There is no blade plate. The lug is perfect there. It's actually the design of the knife right now, the way Jason has it. Just the plain physics, they give a lot more power, leverage to the blade where the lockup is, because lockup isn't all the way here from the front. There is a little cutout for the stop pin on the back, and the cutout comes back. I mean, the lockup actually starts somewhere here. Lockup starts somewhere around here and goes back around here. And because it's so back, if you look at where the pivot is, it actually gives the leverage to the blade, and it pushes, and it just squeezes, it just flexes the lock bar a little bit. It's nothing. You will have to really abuse the knife in a stupid way to compromise the lockup and compromise the lock bar, to actually bend the lock bar. Of course it's possible, but it's possible on pretty much every knife. If you know, if you aren't careful enough or stupid enough, you can do it pretty much on any knife. And because the liner is nice and thin on this one, it's more likely that you're gonna do it if you would do something insane with the knife. As for regular EDC, I really don't mind. You don't have to worry about anything, if any failing, if you would stop something or stuff like that. Also, just thanks to the design of the knife, even if the lock would fail somehow, it's not gonna, no matter what you do, it's not gonna close on you. You have the finger choil here, the big finger guard. Even in this position, same exact thing, not gonna close on you. Same in this position. No matter what you do, the knife will not close on your fingers. So that's a great design feature of the knife, and I love it. One thing some people might not know, actually I talk to people who pretty much whole their life are designing knife with the holes, you know, for self-defense, kind of like a karambit style, and also the regular, this type of blade where you have the finger hole for the index finger. One thing what people might not know, and I learned from these people, is that you never put, when you holding the knife with the finger hole, you never put your finger all the way here. You do not go past this joint. So you always have the finger only up to this part of the finger, because this is when it gets dangerous, when it takes very little and it can break your finger. When you have in this position, you can still, if something happens, it somehow gets twisted, you still can get that finger out of there without breaking. So that's maybe another tip what I learned from people that have been doing it for a while. I'm pretty sure some people might disagree, but I'm just passing on information that I learned. And I love it. Jason has a new version, actually limited run, from all black, which looks absolutely gorgeous. Black blade, I think even the liners are black, everything is black, like blacked out version, and it's awesome, really good looking knife. I think he still has very few of these left, so if you want to grab it, I would recommend it. Me personally, you know, I said it before, if I were to pay, you know, the 300-400 knife for a good folding pocket knife, I would pick up this over Sebenza. Me personally, I would. I know Sebenza, and everybody says that, like Sebenzas and a couple other nice Striders are better in the matter of the quality, the construction, and a lot of other things. Striders just recently became really good, as I heard, but they are better, but they are just, you know, they are just run of a mill. There's so many of them, and if I'm gonna pay, you know, $300+ for a knife, I want to have something that's a little more rare, a little more meaning to me, so I will pick up something like this over something like Sebenza. Also, this is under $300. This is $280, which is pretty fair price. I actually got mine on sale when he had the action, like the coupon code, which was awesome, you know, what, $250, $240, great price for a knife like this. And I couldn't be happier. I'm pretty sure the bladereviews.com, he's gonna enjoy his one, the one that was in the giveaway, because it is a great knife, and I love it. And I'm honored that Jason donated that one, because it's great. Like I said yesterday, it's great to see people, companies, knife makers getting that sense of that it is better than advertising over in the community, in the actual community, than advertising through the, you know, magazines and forums and such. And I like it. So good knife, highly recommend it. Grab one while you can. I sure love mine, and I know a lot of other people that I've talked to that did get theirs and they love it as well. So highly recommend it. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Hope I didn't forget anything. Definitely check out his work. His one-off customs are just out of this world, and Jason is a great bloke. So check him out. Thanks for watching. Take care, stay safe, and remember, don't cut yourself.